Hey, Kannaway Nation, Ryan Vanderpool here, and today we're going to be talking about the holding tank. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is the holding tank? The best way I can put it to you is it's a place where when you enroll a brand ambassador, you've got up to 60 days before you have to place that brand ambassador throughout your organization. Let me ask you a question for those of you that have been in this industry before and you've built teams. Has there ever been that moment where you put someone into the business and maybe 15, 30 days later you said, dang it, I wish I hadn't placed that person there. It just isn't the right place for them in my business. Wherever I placed them, I thought it was going to be a better situation for them, and it didn't work out that way. The answer is for most of you probably yes. Well, we realize that here at Kannaway, and that's why we've opened up the 60-day holding tank for people so it gives them time to make that decision on where they want to place their individuals. One of the things that I can tell you about placing an individual is the fact that it's a scenario where it'll help you to actually motivate your team as well as motivate those brand new people that are in your business as you get started with them. What do I mean by that? Well, first off, let's talk about motivating the individuals already in the business. I have always liked to run contests when we happen to have a holding tank out there. And let me give you an example of how that would work. To run a contest, number one, you're going to need a minimum of 3 people in your business. Why? Because in our business, it's built off of 3 legs. So if you've got 3 people in your business, now you have the ability to run a contest. In this scenario, we have 3 people already. And as we start to run the contest, what you're going to see is we actually added a 4th. This person actually brought in a brand new brand ambassador and put that brand ambassador into the contest as well. So what happened here is we used the example of someone running a contest for 7 days where whoever got first to 3 brand new ambassadors would win someone, meaning they would have the ability to have someone placed into their business. Well, when you look at this, you can look at number 1. Number 1 had 2 people in their business. Number 2, 0 in their business. Number 3, who was the winner, had 3 brand new brand ambassadors put in their business. And number 4, who was brand new, only had 1 in. But let me ask you a question. Is anybody in this business a loser? Well, you might look at it and you might say, well, number 2 is because they didn't bring anybody in. Well, in this contest, maybe she wasn't the winner. She's definitely not a loser because she's going to be placed in a situation where she's going to have another opportunity to be a part of a contest. So as we look at this, number 1, who started with nobody in, got on board with the contest and already has 2 new people in, right? Number 3 is the winner. So let's show you what happens from here. Because once this contest is over, here's the great news. Now you're going to look at number 3, and if you happen to be running this contest, you've got number 2 from the previous contest where you're going to say, number 3, as the winner, I've got number 2 for you. The question is, would you like to run another contest? And when you run that contest, we'll honor whoever gets the first 3 in with someone as well. Obviously, number 3 is going to say, wow, that's a good idea. I don't have to put this brand new person front line to me. I can help someone else win. Well, you're still looking maybe saying, well, what about number 2? Well, number 2 is going to get placed, but she's also going to be a part of these big contests, like I said. So what ends up happening? We've got a contest rolling. We've got a brand new number 4 in the business as well. Well, number 2 in this contest wins, so then 2 from the earlier contest is placed underneath. But it's a win-win situation for everybody because the holding tank enables you to be able to run these contests and help people start to build their business. Now, earlier on, I talked about the fact that you could attract people as well with this business and the way that it really starts to move. So let's talk about attracting a leader. I put a rhino in here, obviously. I love the name rhino that they've coined me with many years ago. And the one thing about a rhino is always hard charging. Maybe you don't know this, but do you know that a rhino never goes backwards? So I used the rhino as the big hitter there, and you could see the target. What is a big hitter looking for? Well, a lot of times a big hitter says, well, I'm going to come over and I'm going to build a big business. Is there a way that you can assist me with moving through the compensation plan? And a lot of times it happens, and there's a lot of ways to do that, especially with the holding tank. So maybe what you say to the big hitter is you say, okay, Mr. Big Hitter, I'll be able to assist you here. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So you see this where the prospect, the big hitter, sitting at the cliff, and you might say, well, listen, if you'll come on board and maybe you'll achieve the rank of NMD in your first 14 days, I'll assist you with one of my legs in the holding tank. And that's what it might look like. Because remember, if you have all these different legs running contests, the first contest you might say, well, I've got 3 legs over there. They ran contests. Number 2 got 2 people. Remember, if they were 2 premier packs, that's $2,000 in volume in number 2's leg. Remember number 3, they had 3. Well, that would have been $3,000 in volume. Remember that number 3 ran another contest after that with their 3 brand new people, and there were a total of 4 brand new people from there. So if those 7 total all came in with the premier pack, that's $7,000 in volume throughout there, or $7,000 in, let's call it BV, right? So you can see how that bonus really starts to grow, and those legs really start to grow. And so when you look at the prospect, you set some goals for them. Maybe they come, like I said, NMD in the first 14 days. If you'll do that, I'll give you one of my legs in my waiting room, or what I call the holding tank, all right? So in that holding tank, you bring someone on over and you place them underneath of someone once they achieve that level. There's so many ways that you can use the holding tank, but number one, the best thing about it is you have to really you have to want to help motivate people. And you have to understand that you're going to honor those who go to work with you. If you just start giving legs away for people who aren't really doing anything, I have an old saying, which is something for nothing is still nothing. So make sure that you're honoring those that go to work with you with this holding tank. And as it starts to grow and it starts to build, you can see how the numbers really start to grow very, very rapidly. With this holding tank, I believe that you have the ability to come on board as a brand ambassador and move up to a diamond within a couple of months if you're effectively using the holding tank, you have people running contests, and you as a brand ambassador continue to enroll brand ambassadors over and over again. So that's a little bit about our holding tank. I hope you enjoyed this example, and I can't wait to watch you and your team build with this great tool.